Well, let's begin the program in the U.S., where the Missouri grand jury has decided whether to indict the white officer who shot an unarmed black teenager. They have now reached a decision. Michael Brown's death in the 9th of August sparked violent demonstrations in the St. Louis suburb Ferguson. Schools have been closed and businesses boarded up in anticipation of the announcement on the fate of police officer Darren Wilson. Well, Al Jazeera's Daniel Lack is live for us in Clayton, Missouri, where the announcement is expected to be made in the coming hours. So, Daniel, I think the jury first started hearing evidence on August 20th, so everyone there really been waiting a long time for this decision.
A lot of anticipation, a lot of anxiety about this, and a fairly long wait indeed by the standards of grand juries. Let's not forget Michael Brown was shot dead on August 9th, the grand jury, as you said, on August 20th. And joining me to look into this process a little bit is political analyst and professor of political science, Dr. Jason Johnson. Now, Dr. Johnson, welcome. First of all, this is an unusual grand jury, is it not? And tell us how.
Well, it's unusual because of the amount of time that's been taken, the process that the county prosecutor has used, and the realization that most people don't understand that this is not going to be a verdict. This is just a decision as to whether or not a trial will occur. So there's a lot of unique things that are going on in this trial, a lot of unique things going on in this case.
And the grand jury is considering whether or not to indict Officer Darren Wilson, not actually convict him, but give us a sense of what sort of charges could come out of this and what the options are.
Well, Daniel, so what happened here is the prosecutor, Bob McCulloch, basically said these are all the potential charges that the grand jury could decide to indict Darren Wilson with, and he's pretty much left it up to them to decide which ones they're going to choose. So it could be involuntary manslaughter, it could be murder, it could be murder 1, 2, or they could choose not to indict at all. And that's the decision that I think the community is most concerned about.
Indeed. I mean, we're seeing security has been raised. We're seeing protesters coming in, all of them, or at least many of them, told to be peaceful. What sort of reaction can we expect around those different verdicts?
Well, I think it's very likely. I've spoken to no one here who actually thinks there's going to be an indictment. No one here actually thinks that Darren Wilson will end up facing trial. And so there's going to be protests, but I don't think we'll see nearly the level of violence or anger that we saw just a couple of months ago.
Thanks very much for that, and we'll indeed be finding out a little bit later what that announcement is and following the aftermath very closely. Barbara?
And we'll be crossing live to you for that, Daniel. For the moment, Daniel Lack, thank you.